We had a long time to wait for it.
Yeah,
too.
we had
Yes,
to
we
wait,
did.
but we knew there was a third one. You know, Batman was on the downs, criminal, and all that. Good story. And then finally, you know, they said they're doing The Dark Knight Rises. And I was like, yeah, all into it. Yeah. And we find out Bane. And I had faith in the director. And I'm like, okay, Bane. You know, the time we saw Bane was in Batman and Robin. And my God, that was not good.
No, that was a horrible.
Oh, yeah. No, that was just bad.
He was just a mindless drone who followed Poison Ivy, and that's not Bane.
And we know Bane is an intelligent.
He's super intelligent.
He's
super. I mean, he puts Batman through a gauntlet so he can see everything he does. He puts him up against the smart criminals, the thuggish criminals. That way he can evaluate his strategy and his fighting paralysis and everything before he decided to take him on.
Just say it. He broke the bat. Okay? Yeah. We give him credit for that. He's the only villain to break the bat.
Yeah,
he broke
him in the right way. He unleashed every one of his villains. He made him fight everything. He made him sleep deprived. He made him worry. He made him look for Bane. And then finally he decided to come out and take him on. But even that, in the comics, it shows you that, which one of the biggest elements missing from Dark Knight Rises, Bane has no respect for Batman at all. Which in the comics he does, which is why he put him through the gauntlet instead of just going one-on-one with him right up, is he knew that Batman is strong. He didn't know how strong physically and how strong mentally, which is why he put him through a test to see what he needed to do to break this person.
So I was going to say, here's where the movie, I want to say, betrayed me.
Yeah.
The beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The beginning was amazing. And I'm talking about where the CIA agent brings in the guys and, you know, he does that trick and all that. You just see the mask and then, I mean, you finally heard, like, I don't want to muffle it because the microphone, but he's like, isn't it excessive throwing him out and shooting him in the head? And then they pull it and it's Bane, and Bane does that trick with the plane, blows the wings off, they hook it up. And that, I thought, amazing. Good establishment. Bane is not an idiot.
No.
Mm-hmm. He's brilliant, he's strong, he's dangerous.
Calculating.
Worthy criminal, worthy villain for the movie.
Yes.
And I thought, great, they did it right.
And
then the next scene, we find out it's been 8 years.
Yes.
And Batman's done nothing.
Well, Batman and Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne has let his company slip. He's lost his whole entire fortune. And Batman has done nothing. And it's Bruce Wayne. I mean, he let his knees go. He's let his shoulder go. I mean, the guy just stopped taking care of himself. I mean,
he slept in the shower. And it's taken him 8 years to get over that.
Major plot issue here. Okay, he wears this advanced Kevlar type armor that's supposed to enhance him. He's got all these fighting skills, which is one completely out of character that he wouldn't do anything for 8 years.
Yes.
Okay. But two, if he was that injured after wearing that armor and all that, he might as well have been wearing the Batman 66 arm suit and fought crime. It make no sense.
No. They never explained. I mean, at the end of Dark Knight, he falls off when he goes and tackles Harvey Dent, Two-Face. He has that fall and he's limping. Okay, they show us maybe one of the knee injuries.
That's still armor. He's
but
still
where did the other injuries come from? We never saw that. They never allude to any of that. It's just, I'm injured from all my battles. What battles? What battles? You haven't mentioned any other epic battles you've had, so who were these battles with?
That wasn't that bad of a fall, and two, Harvey Dent was there to cushion the fall.
But here's another problem that I have. Okay, you guys are talking about his fighting ability. The Batman is supposed to be the ultimate detective.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is also supposed to be the ultimate, I do not trust anyone.
Yes.
Anyone. And what does he have? He allows a maid to come in and rob him and see her and lets her go.
Yeah.
And then...
Love makes us blind.
And then he goes ahead and allows her to betray him again.
Well, love makes us stupid.
Yeah, no.
Get anything right. The whole Talia thing. I mean, even in the comics, as much as she wants to kill Bruce and Batman, she doesn't.
Yeah, she can't.
She can't. I mean, she has that attraction for him, and in this, they went the wrong way. That ending scene where Bane just decides to stay there and let himself get blown up.
Well, what? It's not just that.
Bane's a survivor.
it's not just that. And I can't cuss it. Unfortunately. I cannot, and okay, you're going to have to edit this out. No one ever.
No, Bane would never say, okay, and they tried to do the whole thing of, oh, he cares about her and he protected her and he got her out, and then he's just going to die for her. I just don't see it.
That is a major character flaw.
Ever.
Bane cares for no one.
No.
Bane does not let anybody order him around. He'll take money and he'll do jobs.
Yes.
But you don't tell him
what to do. Okay.
He'll kill you if you even tell him. If you even order for him at McDonald's, he'll kill you.
That's the thing. I wouldn't have had a problem with the character if they didn't call him Bane. They'd have called him something else. Okay.
Yeah, they would have just went with us. He's
whatever. He's bodyguard. Or what's the name of Ra's al Ghul's bodyguard? I forgot. That guy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have had a problem with that. That would have been
but
fine.
the thing is that they wanted a big name.
Yeah, and this was not Bane, though, man. But then again, I shouldn't complain. This was not Batman.
No. They even give us the line in the movie, which later in the movie when he decides to stand, it makes no sense, is when the guy pays him. Dagger?
Yeah.
And he's you pay me? You believe this gives you the right to order me around?
Yeah.
Right there, they specified Bane's true nature, and then 30 minutes later, whatever.
Well, here's the other thing. They call this movie Batman. Where is he?
They call
this movie Dark Knight.
Gentlemen, I actually clocked it. Okay, I sat down, watched HBO. I saw the movie is about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yes.
Right.
Batman,
10 minutes.
Batman in the suit only appears less than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in the first fight scene with Bane, and then he's in the last fight scene with Bane.
Yeah, I whispered to him. I was like, 35 minutes and no Batman in a Batman movie.
And this kind of heads ways to the worst thing. The worst thing to me. All right. Batman has no detective skills in the movie at all.
God.
Zero detective skills. So Blake, a cop who's from nowhere, you have a look in his eye, and his brilliant detective mind figures out he's Batman from a look in his eye.
Yeah, meanwhile, his Rachel Dawes couldn't figure out, who he was, growing up with him and all this stuff, but, this dude knew right away.
Oh, yeah.
There was so many things. One of the best parts for me is, the whole disc rupture thing, But even worse than that is, okay, so you're going to give us a horrible way of fixing his back, whatever. He finds Catwoman. How he finds Catwoman in the middle of the city when it's
How he even
got back. But let's forget all that, all right? Let's forget all the craziness of how he got how Bane left the island, still controlled it, came back, dropped him in the hall, how Bruce finds his way back with no money.
And did some kind of teleportation.
How did they fix his back? His knee's okay? All the cartilage regrew in his knee? Because he's walking around like, I don't need a cane anymore. The beginning of the movie, and now he's walking around perfectly fine because of what? 30, 40 push-ups?
No,
if that repairs your knee,
he had that Roger Grover band.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not wearing that when he's in the jeans.
You're right.
That's before he puts a suit on.
That's right.
In the jeans, he's walking around like, hey, I'm 20 again. You were walking with a cane 30 minutes ago. and you were in a prison cell with all your muscles just deteriorating because you couldn't do anything. But your knee's going to get stronger. Your legs are now stronger. And then the first fight with Bane, he punches Bane in the face like 45 times and he can't disrupt one of those little rubber gasket tubes. Yet, in the end of the movie, 2 punches and Bane's like, Bane, I'm crippled. And it's just horrible.
Even to me, I mean, Batman, first time they fight with Bane, same fighting moves, same everything.
Yeah.
Second fight, same fighting moves, same everything. Like, he didn't learn anything.
No, there was no difference. And like I said, when he's in this prison, whatever. If he was there for 2 years, maybe he would get stronger. But a couple months, all those working out would have just got back to decrepit Batman at the beginning of the movie. It's not going to get back to Dark Knight shape. There's no way he would have gotten back to that. And then how did he make that jump with 2 bum legs? Yeah. I mean, you got guys that could barely walk down 4 steps out of that front door, yet he made this jump that only this child, born and raised in hell, could have made. But Batman, after coming off of a back injury and 2 bum knees, was like, all right, I'll jump without a rope.
Well, here's my other question. They had all this wood there. Couldn't they build a ladder?
Well, this ladder?
Couldn't they just go ahead and put a...
Well,
you don't need a ladder.
They might have, but Bane owns the prison, so who knows if they're actually just getting paid to sit there and make Bruce's life hell. I mean, we don't know that, because they even ask him,
Here's another question of mine. Once Batman makes it out, what does he do? This is a prison supposed to be filled with the most violent of people in all the world.
Like
what does he do? He throws down the rope so they can get out.
Yes.
What?
He throws the rope down, and then again, they never tell us where this prison is. So how long is this distance? He's only got what, 5 months once they put the bomb at critical mass before it blows up. So within 5 months, he got over a back injury, which takes an NFL guy in the tip-top condition a year to get over. Decrepit old Batman who's done nothing for 8 years manages in 5 months to get his back repaired, his knees repaired, and get back to Gotham with the army on one side ready to blow the one bridge that's letting anybody in. And he's broke, so he couldn't even afford a private jet
My other question is this. Lucius Fox. What does Talia have over him that goes ahead and makes it to where he does not allow... You know, he could have flooded the place. He could have gone ahead and just let it die. Why does he go with what, does he have something over him?
With the prison, all right. 5 minutes being there would have said, give me a 10-foot 2x4. Okay, boom, walk over there. I'm out. It doesn't have to be that complicated.
I know, yeah.
Honestly.
Well, no, I gotta say this. When we saw where they hanged them up in the movie, and they punched him in the back. I whispered to him, I was like, really? That's what it takes? Nobody told Christopher Reeve this when he was alive?
My wife has got a back injury. I looked at her, I was like, so I'm tying you up from the ceiling when we get home, kick you in the back until you get better. I mean, like, that doesn't work. First off, he bent this way, so the disc went in. Slapping it in further isn't going to pull it the hell back out and make your back better. Now, if you would have punched him in the stomach, okay, maybe I could see it coming back out this way. But the disc went in this way.
Okay, and
doing this isn't going to fix that.
And this is what
I mean, this is simple like thing. If the door closes this way, you pushing the door that way, not going to open it. And this isn't really that hard.
And this is what bothers me when, Marvel, the Avengers movie, popcorn movie. I enjoyed it a lot, but it's a popcorn movie and it's enjoyable. You know what I mean? And people that criticize this movie over The Dark Knight Rising was that, Dark Knight Rising is more realistic.
Yeah,
realistic. Yeah, okay, getting to the cops that are in a sewer
for months.
A messy sewer for 5 months. They go ahead and somehow are able to go ahead and stay alive. They're getting food.
Well, man.
And
Bane is
they're
feeding
also
them.
able to go ahead
Bane
and wash
feeding
their
them?
clothes before they put them on to go ahead and exit so that they can fight in pristine blue uniforms. Plus, when they went in, I don't remember them being in pristine dress blues. Most of them were not. They were like, in their
tactical
riot gear and all that.
Well, one of my biggest things, too, is that, I mean, especially coming from New York, being through terrorist attack and stuff like that, no city in the world is the guy that just blew up a stadium, torched the mayor, is putting you on food rations. You're going to sit there and support this guy by, okay, so now there's no rich, so he's just going to let us take everything we want from the rich and we're all going to live in poverty.
And
that makes sense to you? Wait. So you don't like the way Gotham's running, but being on a bread line like you're in Russia, that's a better solution to things. I mean, like, in what universe are people just going to say, okay, we're just going to go along with you? I mean, it was just kind of retarded. This is your city. Do what you want. What the hell is that? First off, why does Bane sound like a bobblehead? And if you notice, every scene, anytime he talks, he's doing this.
Well,
why does his head shake so much?
Well, remember we saw the first edit scenes with Bane.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. No, they had a lot of problems with his voice. Why they had so many problems with his voice, I don't know. Just let him talk without the mask and then just do whatever you want to
it. Would have sounded clear.
Just take the mask off. What's so hard about that?
Well, my biggest problem is with Bane is this. Okay, they should have at least introduced the serum. I don't know why they didn't. Serum, okay, he's tougher. It would have been a little bit more believable. It follows. Yeah. Well, the Venom.
The Venom was a.
That would have worked. I mean, it would have been okay that they had the Venom. It would have get a little more credibility than I have to keep the mask because I'm in constant pain.
No, they definitely could have done the Venom. I mean, they've already done things that the League uses a lot of plants, the fear toxin and things like that. So they definitely could have done something like that.
They
and
didn't
especially
even have the tubes. It could have been something.
With Bane, he's an experiment. That's what he is.
Yeah.
So, he's an experiment gone wrong. They decided to take a psycho born in prison and then give him superpowers. I mean, that was a stupid mistake right there. And it backfires on them. And then the other thing is that they make Bane's real origin story, Talia's story in this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a
that
weird
was
slap in the
bad.
face.
And that
yeah.
was just, I mean, you know,
How does he get away from the blast radius
That's
quick
crazy.
enough?
well,
go
this is
ahead
the
and be
thing
able-
is, I mean, you know, if you want to get really technical,
Called the Bat Boat.
Bruce, Batman, however far he brings it out to the ocean, okay, if you've ever been to places like New York, all the air comes right back to the freaking island. Nobody escaped the blast radius.
No,
he would have
yeah.
had to been in the middle of the ocean was the only way that island would be safe. As far
I mean,
as
the
he
same-
gets it, for you to see that mushroom cloud, if you could see it, you're all dead within a week. And they've already came out with it. They've already had the real bomb people and science experts come out and say, from that distance, if all those people would have sawn that flash and that mushroom cloud, they're all dead within a month.
Yeah.
Tops. Doesn't matter how far back they are.
This movie's more realistic.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Oh,
realistic.
Oh, no,
you know.
it brings realism into...
But yeah, the radiation would have came right back, and they all would have been dying of radiation poison. Bruce
Sorry.
Wayne never would have been able to fly far enough away in his
You know
little
what, this
the
movie-
bat.
We expected to see a comic book movie. Okay, we wanted to see Batman being treated as Batman. You know what I mean? What Christopher Nolan did, he did something completely different. He made an action movie. He didn't make a comic book movie. Okay.
See, and here's why I wanted us to have this discussion.
Yeah.
Because we talked about how they're coming off The Dark Knight Rises. And we had Man of Steel, which was a completely different horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
They went a completely different route. We had aliens, we had Superman, we had fantastic
Hot Kryptonians. Yeah.
imagery, and it opened the door. You cannot have Christian Bale Batman in this universe.
Yeah.
It won't work. It's just completely out of the element. And this is why they did it, because DC Comics knows, or again, Warner Brothers Studios, you gotta have Batman.
Yeah.
We got Superman. We got Superman back, and they're all celebrating. I'm celebrating because, Henry Cavill was great.
He's not celebrating.
And-
And the rest of us.
He's proud.
No, he's
to
puking
say,
into the...
the actor is proud to say, I'm Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's embracing it the same way Christopher Reeve embraced being Superman. He wasn't ashamed of it. Christopher Reeve was never ashamed of it.
No.
Henry Cavill is proud. He pulls Ben Affleck, as much as we joke about him, we make the jokes, we put up the memes
Mm-hmm.
and all that. He does know his stuff. Now, how he's going to portray it, we still don't know.
I disagree with that.
I
would
gotta- I
disagree.
make the statement.
I'm going to
No,
go ahead
Ben
and tell you
Affleck is
why.
good in certain movies, but he's already failed as a superhero.
Yeah.
And Daredevil wasn't a great movie. It wasn't written well. It wasn't done properly. But him in the suit just wasn't believable. And that was
his
a
ego gets in his way, and I don't know if he has enough to be able to go ahead and let go of being Ben Affleck and becoming Batman. I don't think that
his ego
gonna
could definitely
able
be a
to.
problem. The problem I worry about the most is that he was pretty much given this role so that they could keep any projects he's going to work on in the future within their studio.
Yeah.
So they're not really worried about Batman being a great movie or doing a good job. They're just worried about keeping movies like Argo that he could bring to the table within their studio. And that's what worries me the most. They don't really care how good of a Batman he is. They just want his other projects.
Yeah, this was business.
And that's what worries
That's all
me.
this was.
Is because
We'll
they
see.
signed that deal with him, and part of his contract agreement is he has to give them first dibs on any projects that he's working on or he's coming to the table with. So they're not really investing in him as being a great Batman. They're looking at, well, he did Argo and he did great with that. What else has he got for us?
Now, part of the issue,
And that's what I
gotta
worry
point in,
about.
Mm.
They're not taking this lightly because they're paying him
No,
a
they-
big chunk of
yeah.
money.
Exactly, but like I said, part of the reason they're paying him so much money is because they're getting first dibs at any
Yeah.
projects he's working on. So how much of that is you're going to be good as Batman, and how much of that is you're going to make us a lot of money with other stuff?
But
And
again,
that's what I'm
they're
worried
not
about.
going to do it for somebody who is not going to carry it all the way. Because he mentioned it before. He had the first
Oh no, if
interview
he
where
agrees
thought-
and he'll commit to it and he'll
Yeah.
do as good of a job as he can.
As he
But
can.
is that good enough?
Yeah, that's what remains to be seen. We haven't seen the audition tapes.
No.
And it's a known fact that they've had they already confirmed that they've had at least 20 actors
Oh no, I mean they had a huge
Audition.
laundry list of
Yeah,
people they
Josh
went
Brolin.
through. Yeah.
audition for it. They had Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin went so far that they even put him in a bat costume.
Yes.
Wow.
Ben
Yes.
Affleck was put in a bat costume. I forgot which other actors. Ian McDermott, I think they put him in a bat costume. And they put a whole bunch of other actors
Mm-hmm.
in back costumes and auditioned lines. And Ben Affleck said he auditioned, he spoke lines as Bruce Wayne, he spoke lines as Batman. All the actors did that.
I might be able to get past it, depending, of course, because we don't know what the outfit's going to look like.
Yeah.
It could be a whole different suit. So he might work in that, but as Bruce Wayne, I mean, we don't know how much Bruce Wayne we're going to see. We might not see any real Bruce Wayne in this movie, but I just don't see him pulling off Bruce Wayne.
Right.
And like I said, and they're comparing him to Keaton, and they're comparing him to Heath Ledger. And like I said before, that's great and all, but those guys were never wore a superhero costume ever. So we didn't know what the potential was. We've already seen Affleck do it and fail miserably. He was a horrible Matt Murdock, and he was a horrible Daredevil.
Yeah, but
he didn't look it as it. He didn't sound okay as it. And Daredevil has much of that presence as Batman does. Like, he needs to be the best Batman that ever was, because he's going to be next to Henry Cavill, who's done a great job as Superman. So Ben Affleck needs to be better than anybody that's ever put the suit on, ever. I don't see that potential from
Part
him.
of the issue is not just Ben Affleck.
No.
It's a director.
It's a director,
Zack Snyder.
it's a script, it's the production, and then, of course, who the villain's going to be. Because who they're playing against is going to make a big thing. And then they're talking about Mark Strong, Bryan Cranston for possibly Lex Luthor. So again, we're going to have to see who the villain is, because that's going to make a big deal, too.
Well, part of the thing, too, is that, one, is that, yes, you got Henry Cavill, and we already established him. Zack Snyder is directing it.
Yes.
And I have faith in Zack Snyder.
I've liked his work so far.
His work has been good. Yes,
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch wasn't that great.
Yeah,
I gotta admit, I wasn't totally bored with it.
No, but it's a weird, convoluted story in itself, too. So it's hard to do something like that. Like, that works as a comic book.
When it comes to Ben Affleck, man, the problem isn't, do I think Batman or Superman versus Batman is going to be bad? No. Zack Snyder does a good job. Batman, for me, is going to be the weak link. That's the way I feel when I do
and I'm not saying that Ben Affleck can't do it. I'm just very concerned.
Yeah. That doesn't bother me. Okay, I can accept
It's
that.
just that we're scared.
Everybody's work is going to be, everybody else can bring up the performance and compensate for Ben. That's my feeling up to this point. But what worries me is when they make a Batman movie just with Ben Affleck. That bothers me, man.
And that's part of the issue, too, is that they confirmed already. Yes, Ben Affleck's going to be Batman. And now he's our Batman.
Yes.
He's got the contract for this one. He's going to do this one. And he has a contract for 3 individual Batman movies.
Robert Downey Jr. is a way better actor than Ben Affleck, all right? Yeah. But Ben Affleck is a way better director than Robert Downey Jr. I don't think Robert Downey Jr. has ever directed anything. You know what I mean? If Ben Affleck was directing this, I probably wouldn't be worried. I'd be like, oh, well, okay, let's see what kind of touches he could bring into it. That'd be okay. But he's acting in it. That bothers me, man. His strength really lately, his strength hasn't really been acting. It's been directing. Argo, the great thing about Argo, he directed it. You know what I mean? It wasn't just his acting.
Yeah, and he wasn't even supposed to star in that. That was just somebody felt, fell through, and
but again, he's working with his own material.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to do that because he wrote the scenes. It was his baby basically, and he was able to carry it out. This isn't his baby. This is Zack Snyder's baby.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is does it stay Zack Snyder's baby, or does Ben Affleck start getting creative control? Well, this is the thing. Is you have to remember, like I said, they want to keep him. So if he starts getting a little iffy and he wants to have some directing, do they just say, okay, we paid you this huge sum of money and we want to keep you? Fine, you get to play this movie a little bit.
I didn't like the attitude.
You guys are like, oh, he's actually a good writer.
He is.
He's definitely
a multi-talented
No, you said if he wants to get into scenes and if he wants to rewrite some scenes, maybe he might be.
It might work, like I said, but I'm just worried how much control does he start getting on these projects because they just want to.
It worries me the attitude of other people. Matt Damon, on the latest interview said, look, he's going to do a great job. It's not like he's doing King Lear or anything. You know what I mean? You already have that attitude going in there. You have that attitude going in there. What can we expect? Honestly.
You know why I think they're ragging on it? The people that are ragging on it are the same people that were very disappointed, and they have still a very bitter taste in their mouths for being betrayed by Nolan with Dark Knight Rises. And I think a lot of the people that are ragging on it are just so afraid that they're going to continue to do a Dark Knight Rises Batman. That they are not going to go ahead and appreciate the character. They're already going ahead and thinking to themselves, you know what? They're just going ahead and trashing my Batman, and no matter who they put in, they were going to have a problem.
Oh, yeah, no.
I am more afraid of executives wanting to go ahead and make money and forcing this into another Dark Knight Rises. They see the money that they made, and I have to admit, Dark Knight Rises made more money than all of the other Batmans.
And
yes,
again,
and a lot of that money was international.
And again,
internationally,
we have to bring it
did
up.
really, really well.
It was praised. Remember,
Yes.
I mean, when it came out,
And
people
it praised it shouldn't have been.
It shouldn't have been. We disagree with it. I walked out on that movie.
Yeah, you didn't finish the movie.
Yeah,
which
I
is
walked
great.
out on it because
You
I was like,
avoided that worse. Oh, your middle name's Rowan.
no. As I stood up, I had to leave the theater, and I told him, I was like, this movie blows.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't leave. We did a whole movie night with the customers from the store, so I had a whole bunch of people that we brought there. So it wasn't like I could get up and leave. But
Yeah, and I was like, oh.
like Shane
but halfway through, oh my God, I was just like,
But-
kept looking over. When is this thing going
Bottom
to
line-
end?
Just to wrap this up. Bottom line to me, I think he can. It's a risk. I'm not saying that, I have 100%
It's just that we have fears.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh, and I'm
one
not
thing,
saying he
can
can't do it.
I'm saying he can, but we have to see. I mean, again, we have to see. Just the famous Ronald Reagan quote. We won't know until we know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they come up with we're gonna go with the angle that he's a bitter crime fighter who's been doing it a while. Ben Affleck doesn't look to me as a bitter crime fighter who's been doing it a while. There's other people that could have done it better. Gerard Butler. I would like to see him.
Well, too,
You
if they're going for that really bitter, brooding type, I think Josh Brolin would have fit
Josh Brolin
better
would too.
in that respect. Like I said, Ben Affleck, and think of any movie, even when he's trying to be that badass or that
But again,
like that
we
bad
got that
character,
quote.
he still always has that stupid little smirk
said
on his
that?
No,
Get
and like I
ready.
said, he is a committed person. I think he honestly will put every ounce that he has into doing it. But is that enough? Can he actually take that smirk off of his face for a 2-hour movie
You know what,
to
man?
actually be Batman? Because he can't be sitting there like this
And what
the whole
kind of
time
makes this
smirking.
worse?
That's just going to be, we're going to go back to Adam West style Batman, and if that's the case.
Man of Steel, remember?
Yeah.
I went into Man of Steel with a lot of reservations.
You
And I
were
was
negative.
proven-
I want to say
I
you
was
were
very
negative.
negative. I was very negative, and I was proven wrong. And I say right now, I was wrong. It was a great movie. I have that same negativity towards Man of Steel, Superman versus Batman. I see a Lone Ranger out of this, to be honest with you. Those are my feelings right now.
I know
Now,
it's not going to
and
be a
to
Lone
you,
Ranger.
I will apologize to you if I'm wrong, okay?
No,
you
If Ben
apologize
Affleck
to
can
Ben
pull it
Affleck.
off-
I will tell you
Okay,
this.
if Ben Affleck pulls it off,
Make it
I will
funny.
admit I was wrong. all
You
right?
will get on camera and apologize to Ben.
Yes, I will apologize to Ben Affleck. All right?
All right.
But that, I'm telling you, I don't have a lot of high hopes
All right.
for
Back
his
Black,
Batman.
I'm sorry.
All right, Orly, you got any last thoughts?
Well, as for Ben Affleck and everything else, I'm really, really unscared. I have to say I'm scared. I have some reservations, but I'm going to go ahead and go in this with eyes wide shut.
Well, no, you'll miss the movie.
Yeah, I know.
Wait.
What's your
That's why.
That's why I
it
missed
is
Man of
the-
Steel. Because I had to close my eyes. You saw me. I was like, oh, and then yeah, and then. But if this happens with this movie, and I'm watching Batman versus Superman, and I'm going like Batman. Okay,
You
all right.
refilled it.
I'm gonna miss that movie. I swear. Get rid of the shaky cam because otherwise I will haunt your dreams. Anyway, sorry.
That's all right.
He'll shake you.
Although, on a positive note, though, whatever Man of Steel and Batman comes out of, at least we got Avengers 2 to look forward to. At least we got Winter Soldier to look forward to. At least we got Guardians of the Galaxy to look forward to.
Careful
We're
what
not,
you wish for.
we're not suffering for whatever this movie turns out to be.
Yeah,
There's
but-
a lot of other great stuff out there.
But remember how much confidence you were having in Iron Man 3.
Well, it's the same thing with
Well,
Thor
Iron Man
2.
3
Come on.
deceived us all, man. Iron Man 3 deceived us all.
I'm afraid they can do it again.
And thank you for having us. I'm Renee.
David.
Orly and Chino.
And I'm West of Daxie Boy Toys.
And we'll be seeing you again. Catch us on our Facebook page. Like us. Watch our videos. Watch our memes. And we'll see you on the internet. Finally.
That's a blooper reel.
Oh yeah, that's going to end up in the blooper reel.
And they've been talking about it a lot. He's been thrown into like every franchise recently. How likely is it we're going to see The Rock in Star Wars?
We're seeing him in Hercules.
Since they're already talking about potentially putting him in there.
You know, it wouldn't be the worst news
No.
I ever got.
If he could be a Wookiee, that'd be great.
No, if he could be like an alien or something like that.
Well, I was thinking maybe if
as
they
long as
try to
he's
make
not-
him like a Mando, because he doesn't really, he can wear the helmet, you don't
a
really have to see him that
Mandalorian, like
much.
a mercenary.
You know, mercenary type.
Yeah.
Scary.
Ooh. A mercenary would be scary.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
they're talking about they've actually
Well, just
contacted
his
him
own
and they've
body
already
armor
talked
would
to
be
him
good.
about it. I mean, I know thankfully DC's kind of gotten away from the
I
Lobo
think
movie.
Vin
They
Diesel
stopped
would be a better
talking
choice,
about it.
but-
Yeah. I mean, partly is that they could use anybody, right? You know, the rumors, there's tons of rumors. They've talked to
Of
everybody. When they were looking for a director, they hit up everybody. They hit up Spielberg. He said no. They hit up Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
They hit up every major director, even Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
They hit up.
A lot of people are scared to touch that franchise.
Thank you for not doing it, Christopher Nolan.
Joel Schumacher's giving it all.
Oh!